God is good all the time. Amen. Amen. First, may I take this opportunity to just congratulate Mrs. Eunice Jambi Mathu. I don't know, I have seen many of you raise your hands to say that you're in business. Can you imagine? 37 years. Every month, there's a magazine for us. 37 years. Content. Every month, she talks to people. Joanne, can you be the cover girl this month? The next month, Judy, can you imagine? Those of us who work in a world of content, we admire you completely and we honor you. And more importantly, we now understand how hard it is. When we were younger, we'd go to the salon, we'd have the magazine. That magazine became our best friend. How many people can say Parents Magazine is our best friend? See the impact. Parents Magazine is our best friend. Why do I say so? Number one, it teaches us about things of unhealthy relationships. It teaches us when you're sick, we go back to your magazines and say, somebody had told us about this disease, and then muangalie hapo. And it teaches us that you can go on. So we admire you and we honor you that you have kept this going. Let's give it up for her. Secondly, I want to honor Joanne Mwangi. Joanne is my friend. And Mrs. Mathu is my friend too. We've come a long, long, long way. She has mentored me ever since I was a little girl. And this lady has beaten me, helped me until I stood. So when you're looking for mentors, mujue haitakuwa rahisi. Don't think it will be rosy. Times she'll tell you, there you're messing. And then there are times she'll tell you, well done, keep going. Today she keeps telling me, I like that. I like that. And Joanne is also another friend of ours who does marketing and does a great thing. Joanne, I honor you. And more importantly, if you want to know about branding yourself, what you've told us, the nuggets you've given us today are amazing. Because I want to say, us in businesses, and I'm sure my other sisters will say, especially if you're dealing with corporates, and I was telling the lady of Stanbic, they don't respond. Munaongea, they sound like they are happy. The corporates sound like, yeah, this is something we can do. Then you write to them, they don't write back. Another letter, they don't write back. Joanne, I think you need to train them. You need to tell them, because we go to banks. Because we work, as Mrs. Mathu, we work on sponsorships. We work partnering with other people. We don't do it alone. But we find ourselves in places where people seemingly look like they are going to work with us. But unfortunately, they then keep us stringing us. What are we supposed to do? If you're waiting, somebody says, next week I'll give you feedback. And even as you talk, they are talking to you, hii kitu ni yako. Then next week, they don't write, well, your budgets are tight. Your 1 million imeisha, now unakopa, because you're waiting for this one. What do we do? I think it's important that now we bring the corporates to the table and tell them, be responsive, answer us, because I think that's our biggest challenge. Today thank you. Isn't that true? Is it true? I'm a business person and I've gone a long, long way, so I know what this means. Today I stand here as a woman in business. I'm gonna wear two hats. One of my hats is I run the property show, and thank you for opening your homes every Sunday for me and our team, and for your feedback. I mean, I get amazed what I hear, and thank you so much. Secondly, I head the Women in Business at Kenya National Chamber of Commerce, Nairobi chapter. And today I have my colleagues, maybe they can stand. My colleagues that are here from the chamber. Yes, the one in red, that is Jackie. Jackie looks after MSME and SMEs. She's also one of the lead trainers that we have in the country. The next one, Christine. Christine is our CEO. She's the one who makes the magic happen. When you deal with chamber, you deal with Christine, the magic happens. And this is Alice. Alice is our other lady. Alice, please wave at the people. Alice looks at the informal sector. When you see the women on the streets not being beaten, or when they are beaten because of one license or another, and you see us saying no, Alice is the leader. Please give it up for them. And as I finish, I hope everybody will sign up for the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce to join us to be part of our community. My work today is to talk about mentorship and networking. I'm very big at that. And Grace, thank you so much, because that is what I'm very big at. I'm very big at mentorship, I'm very big at networking. This special occasion of International Women's Day, I stand before you with a profound sense of purpose, dedication, and happiness to empowering the remarkable women gathered here today. Parents Magazine, Parents Africa Integrated Media, when I look at you, I see you're going to the next level, and we are behind you. We are behind you, and we admire what you're doing. And you serve as a beacon of hope and inspiration, igniting the flames and change and progress in our community. As I've told you, when we look at you, we are inspired. When we look at you, we know that we can also do. I've been doing the property show for the last 11 years. When I hear 37 years, I can only cringe and wonder, when you don't have sponsors, what do? You need to mentor us. When people keep telling you tomorrow, and the magazine must come tomorrow, what do you do? When I hear you've been on your business for 27 years, what do you do when Chase Bank closes on us, and one day we had money, the following day we had no money? How do you go about that? Those are the lessons that I believe are going to take us to the next level. Today, we celebrate the remarkable achievements of women worldwide. We honor the resilience, determination, and unwavering spirit that define the essence of womanhood. Yet, amidst our celebrations, we recognize the challenges that persist, the barriers that hinder progress, and the disparities that demand our attention. One avenue of progress lies in the power of networking and mentorship. Networking isn't merely about exchanging business cards or attending social gatherings like today. It's about forging meaningful connections, nurturing relationships, and building communities of support. Through networking, we create opportunities for collaboration, growth, and collective advancement. I will talk about networking. One of the things people think that networking is easy. You must make an impact when you meet somebody. Why would I want to meet you tomorrow? And you know, a lot of times, us in Biashara, because we are looking for a business, we tend to want with me, mine, myself. We feel very entitled. But when it comes to networking, how are you adding value to the other person? If we want to network with Mrs. Madhu, how are we adding value to her? If you run a salon or you run a chain of salons, what I would say is you come and tell her, by the way, I am able to get 100 copies of your magazine every month to sell to our community in Buruburu or Donholm or where you live. Do you think she won't allow you to network with her? If you came today and told Mrs. Madhu, from next month, I love your magazine and my friends love your magazine. In our chama, we are about 30 ladies. We will be taking your magazine. Just give us somebody from your office to be selling to us. Will the following week, if you call Mrs. Madhu, will she remember you or she won't remember you? We must be intentional that when we are networking, what are we also giving the other person? Not just taking and taking. Oh, I want to be the supplier of this. Oh, I want to be this. We must as well give something in return. Are we together? For every woman present in this room, networking is a gateway to unlocking doors of opportunity, a pathway to expanding horizons, and a tool for amplifying our voices in spaces we might otherwise go unheard. Whether it's through professional organizations or a place like KNCCI or online platform, let us seize every moment, every opportunity to connect, engage, and inspire one another. However, networking alone is not enough. We must also embrace the transformative power of mentorship. Sorry. Of mentorship. Mentorship transcends mere guidance. It's a journey of shared experiences, wisdom, and mutual empowerment. As women, we have a responsibility to uplift one another, to mentor the next generation of leaders, and to pave the way for those who will follow in our footsteps. This morning, as you network and leave a mark on the other person. Recently, we were at a function and I met a lady who told us she's in a group of 800 women. And we had a chat and she told us, how can we help you at the chamber? 3 days later, she called me and told me, my daughter is doing an interview at a place where you're in the board. And she said, what should I do? I just told her, let her go through the interview. If she's called for the third interview where it's the final sitting, we will talk to the people and see if we can help. So when it comes to that lady, I met her. We had an event for bowling as the chamber. She sat with us, she talked to us, we connected, and she started following up. So when you meet people, when you connect with them, also look for them. Find an opportunity even to have tea, to get to know them. When Joanne tells us that she has an hour for us, by the way, how many women are we here? We are all going to call her to look for that 1 hour. What will make you stand out? All of us, si ndio? Si sote tutamuita. What will make you stand out that when you call Joanne, she will actually tell you, let's meet on Friday at 2 o'clock and it's going to be virtual. And she'll even say, that's not even better. Let's meet and have a coffee. It's because of how we are going to stand out. And standing out is not overdoing things. It's being precise what you want, where you're going, and how you understand her. And even as a mentor, understand what your mentor does. People think, and I think that's one of the areas I'm finding we're having a challenge, Mrs. Madhu. People think they're entitled. If I call you and tell you I want you to mentor me, I think I'm entitled. It's not an entitlement. It is a process and it's a journey. Start the journey, but cultivate that journey. That journey is not a one-day journey. Mrs. Madhu is very busy. She's in Africa now. If you want her to mentor you or to network with you, start the journey early so that even as she watches you as you grow, she'll be able to mentor you and to network with you. And she'll drop your name once in a while to tables or spaces that you're not. However, networking alone is not enough. We must also, I think I've read that, we must also embrace the transformative power. It's a journey of shared experiences, wisdom, and mutual empowerment. As women, we have a responsibility to uplift one another, to mentor the next generation of leaders and to pave the way for those who will follow in our footsteps. Like the girls from Starehe Girls. Haven't you loved them? Are their poems so beautiful? Let's give it up for them. Let me tell you, mentorship offers a sanctuary of support, a safe space for vulnerability, and a platform for personal and professional growth. Through mentorship, we cultivate resilience, confidence that we can talk to Joanne. She tells us what she did when the bank closed down, how she went back and encouraged her people. How did she encourage? Where's you? You're crying. How do you go and encourage others? We talked to Mrs. Madhu. She says, 37 years. There are days I wasn't able to meet my deadline, but this is what I did. You can even see the magazine has improved. It's so rich. The other day when I was reading the magazine, it's so rich. What has she done to get to there? Is it just getting a younger generation to support her? What is she doing? Her leadership must have such an impact. Through mentorship, we cultivate resilience, confidence, and the courage to pursue our dreams unashamedly. Let us not underestimate this impact of a single mentor, a guiding light amidst life uncertainty, illuminating the path towards our fullest potential. As we commemorate International Women's Day, let us recommit ourselves to the principles of solidarity, sisterhood, and shared purpose. Let us stand united in our pursuit of gender equality, economic empowerment, and social justice for all. Together, we possess the power to shatter glass ceilings, defy stereotypes, and rewrite the narrative of women's empowerment for generations to come. We all know that everybody says women don't stand for the other woman. It is our generation that is going to change that. We must support the other woman. Actually, we have a standard. If you come and you're talking about another woman, we keep quiet. We zip up. How many are going to join me? We zip up. Zip up. Can I see by a show of hands? If another sister is being beaten, it doesn't matter. Let's zip up. Let's not spur that conversation and inspire other people to keep beating other women. We must zip up. When you look at men, they help each other. And I know somebody has mentioned here this morning, when you sit with men, they have a brotherhood. That I went to Strasbourg Business School. In our class, we were about 40 of us. And I will tell you, one of the things that I saw that shocked me is that in that class, everybody became your marketing person. Everybody. So overnight, I had 40 people who were marketing for me. Overnight, I had 40 people who each one of them was asking me, how can you feature my business in your show? How can you, my sister is building, how can you support her? 40. And these were men and women. But the man who led that, it was a man who led that, taught us that there is another way. And when you have something you're doing, I find that here, it falls off because you have another purpose. And that's how we do it at the chamber. Because we have a bigger purpose, you find that we come together and grow together. And that's what I would encourage any woman who is here today. In closing, I urge each and every one of you to embrace the transformative potential of networking and mentorship. Let us build bridges, break barriers, and blaze trails of change in our communities and beyond. For it is through our collective efforts, our unwavering determination, and our unyielding solidarity that we shall truly unleash the full force of women empowerment. I want to finish by talking about the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and why you must join that community. I know my time is almost up. At the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce, maybe I can ask by a show of hand, how many people are members of the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce? Joanne is, how many? Good. Hi, we have a few that are members. Today, I want to urge you to register as a member of Kenya National Chamber of Commerce, Women in Business. I'll tell you why, and why I joined. If I knew when I was in Mombasa, it would help me, that's when I would have joined. So when I look at you, whichever stage you're in, I think this is the right time to join. One of the things you find is you find a community. You find a community, they are all doing businesses in different areas. We network. So we invite people to come and speak to us and network. We provide access. You know, when you hear about financial wellness, you wonder, where do I start? How do I know? We take you through some training. And these trainings, DADA comes, other financial institutions also come. They talk to you about access to finance. What is access to finance? We all want finance. We all don't understand where to start. How do you know where to go? But I tell you, when you meet somebody here and they talk to you about money, when you're here, you talk to them, you can have a relationship and start from there. We do not, and we are taught not to be scared of banks, but to start pushing ourselves if we have a problem to talk to the bank. Secondly, we help with capacity building. Whichever area your business is in, we help in capacity building. We have workshops, we have seminars, we have skills development programs designed to enhance the business acumen and entrepreneurship skills of women. These sessions cover topics including business planning, financial management, marketing strategies, and digital literacy. I would urge everybody, this is a place to be. I told you we have networking opportunities. We network and we invite other people. That's where if you needed to meet the CEO of Stanbic, he'll be at that networking place and you can tell him, these people are not responding to me. Okay? We have advocacy and representations. We advocate for policies, regulations, and initiatives that promote gender equality, women's rights, and the interests of women in business. This may involve lobbying government agencies, policymakers, and other stakeholders to create a conducive business environment for women entrepreneurs. I've told you Alice here, she sits on every conversation when it comes to the people who are selling, the informal sector. Whether you're in a market, whether you're on the street, wherever you are as an informal sector, she looks after you. If you feel that you're being harassed by the county government, they come and sit in our offices and have a meeting. It's her role to go and speak to the governor and tell the governor this is not acceptable. If the governor doesn't listen to her and her team, she goes to the other person. And you start seeing those stereotypes falling apart. The other one is we give you access to market. We give you access to market. Which business are you handling? We facilitate market linkages and trade opportunities for women-owned businesses by organizing trade fairs locally and internationally. So if unauza nguo na unataka new market, tunaweza kukupeleka Turkey. And we will introduce you to the people who are doing that business. We call it a B2B meeting. We'll introduce you and you'll be able to talk to them. Isitoshe, ukituma vitu zako and you have a challenge, it is up to us to come and help you. These platforms help women showcase their products and services, explore new markets, and forge strategic partnerships with buyers, distributors, and suppliers. We help you to go to the next level. And of course, we have mentorship and coaching, and we have access to information. We tell you where the new markets are. We do inter-market trades, even in the region. If you're farming and your produce needs to go to another country, we help you with that produce going to the other country. And if you're just a consultant or just doing consultancy, we also assist you. I urge women, we must be in a community that can work with us. How many will be part of our community? Christine, can you see? These women will be part of our community. Finally, I want to talk about the property show and why I started the property show. Information is power. Knowledge is power. How many agree with me? Good. When I was working in the bank, I realized one of the things that shocked me most is that every time a couple would come to the bank, we would start with holding hands and praying. Would come Baba Kamau, Mama Kamau, and they would start with a word of prayer. Ebu tuombe, Mama Kamau kwanza anza na maombi. I'm finished in 2 minutes. Then I realized the reason why we get into pitfalls is because we unfortunately do not have information. We don't know where to start. Buying property is like buying a dress, many people think. So when you're going to buy property, you don't tell anybody because you're going to buy your best red dress. Your best red dress, you want to teach us at that wedding. When it comes to property, hakuna kutishana. I'm seeing some people saying that their land is being grabbed by railway. Property is not handshake. Property is a document. Same a document. Do not buy a property from your uncle, your father, your sister, your relative or friend, and you don't sign any documents. You start paying deposits and paying money without a document. Properties is driven by a document. So get yourself professionals and work with professionals. If you watch the show, we give you the ABCs of starting real estate. Let me finish by saying, everybody has a right to own a home today. Currently, we have homes, affordable homes, from private developers that you can today get a home, pay a deposit, be paying your monthly mortgage. And if you're the first-time mortgage, you'll be paying close to maybe 15,000 per month. Sema, wow. Wow. 15,000 a month and you will own a home. And that is, I know people will ask, how does that work? You need to have a deposit, you need to get a mortgage, you get the house. That house will get an income. We have a tenant for it, 35,000. The tenant will pay 35,000. You pay 15,000 to top up the mortgage. Tumeelewana? And you can ask me the question. You can challenge me. I'll get you a house. Okay? Wow. Asanteni sana and happy Women International Day. Thank you very much.